So we have been following the path of Eastern wisdom in question and answer session. First question was, what is the goal of the life? If the goal of the life is not clear in our head, then what will, I did not attend the session because I have an urgency at home. What was the urgency? I have to cook food. So my goal of life has changed. I have an extreme headache. That is why I did not attend the last session. When the goal of the life is not clear in our head, this mind changes the direction of the head up, down, here and there. You don't know, I fought with my honey, so I was not in a mood to attend the session. Goal of life constantly changes. So first goal is goal of life. Goal of life is self-discovery. So what are the common desires of all the living species? That was the second question. And the answer is to that question is peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. Do you know that the tiger and the lions fight their counterpart male to marry with the lioness? You've already seen it. So that attitude is always there. Why? To get short-term pleasure, not to produce their offspring. That is not the case. That is a byproduct. We do the same, more or less. Why? Because the goal of the life is not clear. So then the third question is, what exactly is the permanent peace or happiness and end of suffering? Master says that word is known as the nirvana, salvation, awakening, realization. That is what people call a spirituality. But they don't know how to define the spirituality. No, I'm not religious, I'm a spiritual guy. Can I see you from where you are a spiritual guy? You are not religious? And what do you mean that you are not religious? Don't you follow the universal law? Not to fight against each other, not to commit violence. You are already religious. Prove that you are not religious. Oh, we create a false notion in our life, and then we carry forward. I'm not religious. Why I'm not religious? Because I'm not going to the religious places. I do not follow the prayer, what is written in the text. Hence, I prove that I'm not religious. When you follow the universal law, when you follow the rules of the society and the nation, you are religious. Being religious simply means that you follow what? Do's and don'ts at the personal level, do's and don'ts at the social level, do's and don'ts at the universal level. That is the real meaning of the spiritual or religious. Don't you follow the rules of the road? You are religious. You may say that I'm not religious, doesn't make a sense. So we have a pick and choose. I don't go to the religious place, hence I'm not religious. And what do you mean by being spiritual? No, I'm a spiritual guy. Very, very spiritual. Yesterday I fought with my honey and now have decided to take divorce because I'm a spiritual, he is not. What a great statement you make. You have to drop these wrong notions. If you don't drop these wrong notions and misconceptions, no chance of evolution. So, nirvana. So now the master is asking the fourth question. What is this nirvana and salvation or moksha? There are many words used in different by different masters. It is self-knowledge, self-discovery. So the moment you are treating the path of the self-discovery from religious, you are becoming a spiritual person. Tell me if there is any doubt. That is the meaning of the spiritual. Or you analyze, if some of your friends says, I'm a spiritual person, not a religious, then compare who you are. You are a religious person and the guy is a spiritual person. Is there any difference between their attitude and behavior? Same attitude, same behavior, same reaction, same anxiety, same anger, same fighting. No, you don't understand, fighting is different, Internally, what is that internal? We create a lot of misconceptions. So self-knowledge, to be in the state of being, to know that real self and to allow the self to express itself in thought, speech and action is being spiritual. Or you can say, transcending that ego, that is being spiritual. And being spiritual also means that you are the same here in this session. After the session, you are the same. You recognize the sameness entity. That consciousness, which is all pervading, never changing. Yes, we can declare you are a spiritual person. A spiritual person recognizes that peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom is all pervading, present at all time, in all locations, in all relations, in all situations, in all conditions of the life. I'm making some statements so that you can check. Here in a session, you are forced to smile. And if you don't like your honey, can you really smile at that moment? Situation has changed. Who is very near and dear to you? Did I tell you this story? This woman called me for a half-an-hour session to attend the private lesson. She has not returned. Did I tell you last week? No. So, it's a wonderful session. She was a corporate, big boss of the corporate. She said, I left the corporate job for a life mission. Very good. I studied Buddha, I studied Jesus, and I studied great masters. I watched their video and their teaching. I'm more confused now. I said, very good. You're confused? Oh, that is why, I'm here with you. I said, I don't want to confuse more. Let us end the session. But why you are saying so? I said, through the same teaching the Buddha taught to the millions, he got enlightenment and you got confused. So either Buddha is right or you are right. So I cannot talk to Buddha, I can talk to you. So I can say you are right. That is the reason our mind is confused. Mind lives in delusion. So we do not pay attention to our mind inside, which lives in delusion, and we blame and complain that I got more confused because Buddha, you taught me some principles. Wow, what a great! Because you left the corporate job, so you are more intelligent than Buddha. Are you understanding? Apply the same example in your life. I'm more intelligent than you. That's why I don't agree with you. That's why I'm fighting with you. Enough is enough. Why don't you understand? We don't understand our own mind, and we force others to understand us. What a big deal if you have left a corporate job. What a big deal. It is exactly the same. You are laid off or you left the corporate job. Put the right logic. So then I asked her, oh no, she said, it proves that I'm confused. I said, very good. So I said, the confused mind will declare everyone is confusing. I don't want to be that one more teacher. Live your life in confusion. I don't know, perhaps that was the first session, so she felt bad. So she said, send me the details and I will attend your private lesson. It has been 1 week now. It's okay, it's a part of the game. Either I should lure her, exploit her. No, I will do that. You are not confused. I will remove your confusion. No, I will attack your mind. If you are ready to understand that and you are ready to be humble to remove the confusion, then you are on a right path. So we teachers follow our natural way of working. We don't chase so-called the clients, because no one is our client, everyone is our friend. Come back. So understand, as long as this confusion, conflict, duality, divisions are present in our mind, which becomes a cause of our anxiety, duality, conflict, reaction, anger, pride. So the spirituality is removing those confusion. When you remove all these confusions, you are with yourself. What is that self? That is the real self. So you have a self-knowledge. You have a self-knowledge. You are spiritual. Be very clear, 100% clear. No imagination, no hallucinations, no experiences of blue sky. It's better to see the blue sky with naked eyes, with eyes open. Yes, enjoy that. No, I saw the blue sky in meditation. Wow. Nothing is going to happen. Tomorrow you won't see, and then there will be a confusion. So we remove the confusion from the mind. That mind should be humble. Humble mind is pure. Pure mind lives in discernment and dispassion. There is no element of exploitation in that mind. That mind perceives the world as it is. That mind perceives the relationship as it is. It has no trace of emotional dependence and attachment and a duality and a conflict. We cannot live with that pure mind, because the world is full of problem and exploitation. You have not to worry about the world, you have to worry about yourself. Why? Because I want to discover that peace and happiness in me. So unless we are 100% clear that this is the goal of life, you wake up in the morning, you remember. You are in a kitchen, you remember. You are driving, you know that is the goal of life. Goal of life is the self-discovery. That is the common desire for all the living species. Take it only the human beings. So what happens once you keep that goal in your head and you are talking to your honey or anyone, the other one gets upset, he is angry, so your mind says, that pure mind says, I am learning Eastern wisdom and I know the happiness is the essential nature of everyone. So I am following the path of self-discovery, hence there is no reason to get upset and react. The other guy is reacting on me because he has only one option. He has not read Eastern wisdom. He does not know that his nature is peace and happiness. And he wants peace and happiness by becoming angry and upset. Apply the same principle in your relationship with near and dear ones. Even if your near and dear ones gets upset, will you get upset? No. You just withdraw yourself, calm. I asked in the morning session what you have been doing. You have been attending the session for the last 5 years. When honey gets upset, I remain silent. And when he or she speaks, because of the duality and a conflict, I still remain silent. You have an option. Self-discovery is done by an intellect which is a free intellect. Free intellect means free will. What do you mean by free will? I have a choice to act and I have a choice not to act. See? I have a choice. I have a choice to react to you. I have a choice not to react to you. So from being religious, you enter into the spiritual being because you exercise a choice. And that choice gives you freedom from the emotional dependence instantly. At the very moment you acknowledge, I have to exercise the free will, I am treating the path of the Eastern wisdom, so I have to remain. I can only find happiness by being calm and in peace. Peace is the first condition of joy. So the effect of the other person who is upset over you doesn't affect you. And the principle is applied, that is discernment, and you have separated yourself. No situation outside, no mental conditions outside is affecting your nature. Then only we can reflect what is being spiritual. Until then, it's a play and a fun, just a gossip. I'm religious and I'm spiritual. Good gossip of the town. It should be authentic. We should live into that state. Simply saying being religious and spiritual does not make any sense. The third question has many sub-questions. What is the third question? What is the end of the suffering and the permanent peace? That is what we were doing. So there comes the first sub-question of the third question, that what is the end of suffering and permanent peace? So Eastern wisdom says that it is nirvana. So now you heard nirvana from a teacher or from the studying the books. It is an indirect knowledge. I discussed that. It is an indirect knowledge that you receive from the teacher. Whatever the knowledge you receive from the books, YouTube, and what other else, Twitter, and Twitter twists you because it demands only certain number of words to be posted. So it's more confusing. So indirect knowledge that you get from the teacher, from the study of the text, and the direct knowledge means that I am the real self you can declare here and now. Why? You have a constant experience of that permanent peace and happiness, love and bliss. But we have many other sub-questions. Are we clear? Again, Master is asking the sub-question, are you clear about the goal of your life and the means? You separate them. You lost money, oh, it's a means of the life. I will earn again. It is unstable. I earn money to go. If you earn money not to go, you are miser. So miser at the level of the wealth makes you even miser at the mental level. That is what the misery is known as. No, misery, miser. No, I'm suffering. How much money you have in the account? $50,000. No, I cannot. I do not have a car. So why don't you buy a car? No, I will lose 50,000. The sub-questions, he is repeating the same question again. Are you clear about the goal of the life? You have the means available. Use that means wisely and rightly. And knows, how much I do bargain when I lease the car. Yeah, I should do it. Those salesmen say $600 per month. I brought him down to $310 a month. I have money. It does not mean that I should. That the nature of the word. So I should be very clear. Here are the means of the life. Means in life is to earn, is to live your life with a minimum pleasure so that you do not get attached. And you follow the universal law. You are a religious person. You follow do's and don'ts at the personal level, at the social level, at the professional level, and at the national level, and also at the universal level. Only when you are a religious person, what I have explained, then only you can enter into the spirituality. So even the religion becomes a means to enter into the journey of the self-discovery. The way, the wealth. So we should be very clear about the goals and the means of life. I will have $10,000 to be happy. You are neither religious nor spiritual. Because now the wealth becomes the goal to be happy. It means the dollar makes me happy. Not possible. That is what we need to understand. We keep in our mind. I will marry to be happy. Who has been happy after marriage? Who has been happy after marriage? Including the speaker. So marriage is not a means to be happy. How many married people are really happy? No, then I will remain single. Single is again, being a single is also a means. How many single are happy? No, I will divorce to be happy. How many divorcees are happy? They are the means, not the goal. Happiness is the goal. We make the means as the goals, and that confusion, that brings the confusion, duality, ignorance. So now you see the another sub step. Master explains under the third step, with the third question. Third big question: what is the end of permanent peace and happiness, love and wisdom? So another question: should we continue the cycle of suffering by claiming that means are the goals? No. I have to break it. Sooner you break it, better it is. Otherwise, what happens? What happens? I'm doing the same thing again and again and again and expecting a different result which will never happen in this life. That is what Buddha says, that we continue the cycle of the birth and the death. That is the cause of endless suffering. Did you understand? Say yes, even if you don't. No problem. So you see that. Understand that very clearly. We have an intellect. Why? I told you, free intellect, free will, free knowledge. I can make a choice. So that choice says, here are the means, here is a goal. Means are many, goal is one. So I'm repeating the same thing again and again. I'm cooking the same stuff again and again in the kitchen and expecting a different result. Means, I'm doing the same thing in my life, How many times I fought with my hubby? I don't remember. Don't ask me. That was the worst day of the marriage. Sometimes we think, when we are frustrated too much. So I'm creating a cycle of birth and death. So that is another sub-question we have to be very clear about. Means and the goal. Now, he asked another sub-question. And that is what we have been talking since we started our session. He says, what is the way to end suffering and awakening? Remove the confusion, remove the ignorance, remove the incomplete knowledge, remove what is false. Where the false lives? In my mind. What is false? That appears true, but it is not true. False puts us into a confusion of which one is first, chicken or egg. Chicken is first or egg is first? So we say that same chicken and egg comparison is karma. Karma means action. Action is first or body is first? Same confusion. You cannot solve this. No, if the karma is first, so if the karma is first, from what is that thing on which the karma is based? On the body. No, body is first. The body is first, then how the karma? Big confusion. So we study how this body is born, what are the factors. Parents are the factors, we already know it. Parents produced us because of their pleasure. No, but with due respect, because parents gave me the human birth to me, that is why I respect. So one part is we create confusion, other part is we follow the universal law. So understand. So when he comes down that what is the way to end the suffering and the awakening, it is to understand the false, what is false, separate the false so that we can get the direct knowledge. And when we get the direct knowledge, then we enter into the knowledge of what is real self. When we know the real self, that is the meaning of being spiritual. Being spiritual who is totally independent of the means. Means will come and go. Very 100% clear. That real self never goes anywhere. Independent. And that is of the nature of peace and happiness. That is our journey. Close your eyes. Eyes are closed. Eyes are closed. Body is comfortable. Adjust and align your body so that you feel you are comfortable. And start breathing quick and fast from the chest. Continue quick and fast breathing from the rib cage. And now stop the breathing. Now take a deep, silent, slow breathing first into the belly, then into the rib cage. While breathing out, make the humming sound louder, deeper, and longer. Again, take the deep breath and while breathing out as long as deep. one breath of humming takes about 30 seconds, means you are breathing only for 2 breaths a minute? Yes. It is so long, it is so deep. And stop it. So these 2 steps you did instantly. One is the quick and fast breathing, and one is the humming. You need not to think too much. Just to understand that we purify the mind and we raise our level of awareness. Now the 3rd step, Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. There you have to use the intellect. Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu means let everyone be happy. So what is, I'm asking everyone is happy, what is for me? For me, the knowledge that happiness is our essential nature, and it is the nature of every being, every living species on the earth. Oh wow, what a great idea and a thought and understanding. That great thought dispels the confusion I was talking about. What is false? I have to keep in my mind. The source of happiness is me. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Let there be peace for all. So I am expressing let there be peace for all because I recognize peace is my essential nature. So here, even during the practice of meditation, we need to contemplate and reflect why unwanted thoughts will drop. Oh, that is, you did not tell me before. Now I told you many a times. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Purnam means completeness, the wholeness, holiness, what we talk about. And from the holiness comes the Holy Spirit. And that Holy Spirit is an individual. I am an individual. Individual means body, mind plus real self. Oh, I am. So everyone is like that? Yes. You see, then only you treat the path of so-called spirituality. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Let there be an auspiciousness for all. Auspiciousness is always present in the existence because of the false superimposed on the mind. Why it is superimposed? Because I claim the means are the goals. I'm married to be happy and you are creating a problem in my life. You see? Like this we have millions of expressions. And now look at the head and the neck. You can find the sensation, relaxation and stillness. Just become aware of the entire body, the shape and the form, sensation, relaxation and stillness. Look inside the body. That inside the body is rise in awareness. You are not looking at the bones and the blood and the heart and the lungs. No. Moving the mind, it is symbolic expression of rise in awareness. In that rise in awareness you find a sense of calmness and the quietness. In that state you are already comfortable. And then now I brought the second step as the last step. Be carefree. You are carefree not only from the mind, the unwanted thoughts and the feeling and the sensation appears too far from you. Why? Because you experience the calmness and quietness. Are you carefree about the body? Yes. Am I carefree about the relationship? Yes. I am carefree from the world of people, places, objects, thoughts, feelings, sensations, visions, and experiences. Being carefree. Why I brought this as the last step? Because I'm always free. If I'm free during the meditation, then I'm always free. No, but that doesn't happen because of ignorance. That is what we covered because we are pressed by the false. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences, bring the hands down. We'll share our experiences now. So, how are you, Sophie?
Hello, Girish. I am good. I did fall asleep.
Very good.
And I had a lot of images coming, and but the breathing I really enjoyed the breathing. It really calms me down a lot, and yeah, and at the end everything was far away. Yeah.
Everything is far away. So when everything is far away, it means it is not being identified. It gives a sense of freedom. That sense of freedom is removing the falsehood, gives us an experience of calmness and peace. That is how we need to understand.
I have a question.
Yes.
So when you talk of the means and the goal. The goal is to be happy. So, what are sessions? The meaning?
What are the?
The session are sessions together. When we learn Eastern wisdom.
Oh, what are these sessions? Sessions is the goal of each session is to remove the ignorance. Removes how the false has superimposed the mind and keeps us away from the reality. So to know the reality or to know the real self is the goal. To know the real self is of the nature of peace and happiness, so the goal is the clear.
So a session is a mean.
Session definitely is a session is a means. That is why we are very clear that by the teacher you get an indirect knowledge. And when you recognize that you are the real self, that is only the direct means. That is also the means. But once you have recognized that you are the real self, the means are gone. Means have lost its value. Very good question. How are you, Mead? Mead is smiling. Yes, Mead.
I just, Sophie, your words were so clear.
Yeah.
And so clean that I just felt, oh yes, that's the meaning.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
We have to employ the means to reach to the goal. Without employing the means, without driving, I cannot reach home. No, but I don't have a car and still I reach home. So you employ the feet as a means to walk to your home. So we have to be very clear in our head, and when that clarity is there, the life becomes very simple. How are you, Charlie? We don't hear you. We hear you, but volume is very low. You are never low in your voice. We heard many times, so.
Sorry, guys. I'm at Dave's computer and I don't know how to turn it up.
No. Now we hear you.
Okay, good. Okay. My mind was very busy tonight, and so I was watching it and just watched it get slower.
Yeah, that's a good way. The more you rise in awareness, the unwanted, unwelcome thoughts, which as an element of the false, dissolves by itself. That is the meaning of the frequency and intensity and the duration of these unwanted thoughts goes on decreasing, because that false do not exist. But we force them to exist. We force them to exist. How my honey treated me. When? Here she gave you a treat or treated me? So, how are you? So then you have millions of the thoughts. Yes, Anne.
It was a very good meditation. I liked the fast breathing.
Yeah.
It lightened me.
Yeah.
And also the humming. And I think the last 5 minutes I was asleep all of a sudden. So I followed everything. I I think the last minute.
Last minute, you know, and you were relaxed and calm. It's okay. It's part of the life. Today's summary, I will go back to the Charlie again. You said that, you know, there were, mind was busy and then it became less busy, lesser, least, and gone. What is the secret behind it? We can say rise in awareness. We can say we discern using the free will that these unwanted, unwelcome thoughts keep me busy. I don't want, still they come. It is because of the false is being superimposed on the mind. That is all for today. We will meet again next week. Thank you.
Thank you.